Dr. Cyril, what you told me is you're a practitioner.
Right.
I think we're all practicing every day in our careers,
Right.
right? I'm into digital field.
Right.
Google or any other search engine or any other platform that we work with is making us practice the algorithm every
Right.
day.
Right.
We also don't call ourselves experts
Experts.
or perfectionists or any kind of optimum level skilled person as an
Right.
expert. We don't.
Right.
We cannot.
Right.
We are either into creative side or into tech side,
Right.
but we are never perfect. And you also said the same thing.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking while we came and sat here, and I'm so thankful to you that we are going to get into this conversation, which is going to be so candid and so transparent that जो भी ये conversation सुनेगा उसको ये समझ में आएगा what a doctor thinks and what a common person like me. I consider myself common because I'm not a doctor. So a common person like me thinks about the profession, the person,
Right.
and the practice,
Right.
and the practitioner.
Right.
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 So my questions will be varied.
Okay.
Please do not get offended.
Okay.
The idea is not to question anything.
Okay.
The idea is to clarify.
Okay.
The idea is to put the thing in place,
In
in front of us on the
Right.
table so that we can discuss it.
Right.
That's the whole agenda.
Right.
Right. So my questions may be somewhere with a little lack of my knowledge. You can correct me.
Okay.
But I have done my research. I
Okay.
have seen content. I have done content. I've worked with quite a few doctors in last few years. And I understand the specializations as well as the practice, as well as the system and everything. But I definitely am not into it.
Right.
So that's the reason we are having this conversation.
Okay.
So I'll begin with, what I said when we met today evening and about the digital content.
Okay.
I'm still stuck there.
Okay.
I want to understand, you're a doctor.
Okay.
I've met many doctors
Okay.
in last 2 decades. And what I see here is doctors definitely are, they really want to know how digital works, what technology does, etc., etc.
Right.
But content creation, I see a lot of good content on your Instagram and your YouTube page.
Right.
Tell me what is it? What is it that is pushing you towards creating content?
So I was, to start with, I was always fascinated with technology.
Right.
Right. When these things came up, I was using in school. We were using a social network called Hi-Fi.
Right. That's
Okay.
right.
There was Hi-Fi. Then there came Orkut. Then I was maybe one of the first few users in India who had Facebook, because I had a lot of friends in US who went from our school to study there, and all those
This
things.
was which year?
So Facebook I joined in 2006 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Almost 20 years back.
Yeah, almost. And I also have my Instagram since it came out, right? So I was always, and YouTube also. The same thing goes with YouTube. So I've been a user of every social media platform that has come out so far, and I still keep on experimenting with things. So I'm also a very curious
person.
AI user, right? So I use ChatGPT, I use Gemini, I use Magnus.
I see your DP on your WhatsApps.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I use Manus, I use Claude, I use Notebook LM, and all these pro versions. Right. So it really fascinates me about how things are outside medical world.
So was this 2006?
Yeah, 2006. So 20 years.
Remember you
20 years
mentioned
back.
this. Yeah, so that was 20 years back.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So I've been using these things since they were introduced. Right. Almost. And since the AI came, so I've been using ChatGPT, Google Gemini, everything, Claude, Notebook LM, everything, Manus, everything. And it really fascinates me, right? Like, there are things outside of the world that we are into every day, which are really fascinating, which are really good, and worth exploring. Maybe that is why I got into robotics so early, because
You're in the
I've
6th
been
year of your practice? 7th year? Which year is this?
7th year,
7th year.
right? And I've been following this robotic surgery since I guess 2014 or 15, right? So, I mean, at that time we did not even have a robot in Gujarat, right? I used to watch a lot of videos about robots.
So you're curious about technology.
Yeah,
you're
because
curious about AI.
Yeah, and I am curious to let my peers know about it, right? So
is that the reason you record content?
Maybe that might be the. I've never felt. I mean, I've never thought about it as a question, but now since you asked me, maybe that is the reason I record content and put it out.
Do you really think recording content should be done in like the most perfect manner?
Yeah, it should be good.
Is that your attitude towards content?
Yeah, obviously it should be something
perfect.
It should be I mean, not if perfect, but it should be very much desirable to watch.
Yeah, but that's different.
And
that's different. I mean, anybody on the road today is recording content.
No,
because
not in terms of the content itself, the setup, the camera, the quality, the sound.
So you mean
so everything should
be
top-notch.
in top notch and perfect.
Correct, correct.
You think that helps to just record perfect content? No, not really.
Not really.
No, I don't think
Not
you
really.
would, because
Not really.
because being a doctor and being a practitioner, right? You can't say that.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I was expecting that you will say no. I kind of led that answer, but that brings me to one next question of mine. You really think that you are a perfectionist? Because you sound like that. You sound like that. And when I saw your content, and when I said, okay, let's have a conversation with Dr. Cyril. By the way, is it okay if I call you Cyril?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna keep saying this, Dr. Cyril.
No,
like,
that's
okay.
Yeah.
I hope that's okay.
Yeah.
So when I was looking at that content, I saw that you have that doing everything very perfect conversation, very to the point answer, has to be cut properly, has to be done. So you feel that you're a perfectionist? You think you are a perfectionist?
I might be. I don't know. I mean, I never thought of myself as being a perfectionist, because I know I focus on my flaws more than the strengths that I have.
Perfectionists do that.
Oh, really?
Perfectionists do that.
Really?
You see, perfectionists do that. They look at all the flaws.
Yeah.
They might not share their flaws.
Yeah.
But they work on their flaws.
Correct.
To keep
making better
reaching
and better
towards the
things.
perfection level.
Yes.
So again, my question again comes there, because when I see the content, you being a doctor, you have a professional life, you have a parallel of liking cars, liking gadgets, technology, travel, shooting content,
Finance.
top-notch finance, top-notch. You like your coffee in the most the best manner, with the best mix and the best beans.
Right.
I see that in your content. Right. So you have a parallel, and you are a doctor. And when I ask you this question, do you think you are a perfectionist? You're saying maybe not, maybe yes.
Maybe. I'm not sure what a perfectionist. I mean,
okay. Look at me for a second. And when I am a common person on the road, and when I am asking a doctor, so that question is like, you are going to look at my disease. You're going to think. Your thoughts have to be perfect.
Right.
You have to conclude something perfect. Otherwise, something is going to go wrong with me.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So look at me like that.
Correct.
If a person is asking you that, are you a perfect doctor? I
don't think so.
You can't.
Never. I mean, nobody can be a perfect doctor, because we all make mistakes, right? Every doctor is bound to make mistake, right? And it's never possible for any doctor to always be right about a diagnosis. We keep on changing, right? So if a patient comes to me in the ER or maybe in the OPD, right? The ER guy needs urgent attention. The OPD guy has a lot of time to come to a conclusion.
Correct.
Right? Both of them. Whenever I see them for the first time, in the first 10 minutes, I will make some decision in my mind about what is going on.
Yeah,
right?
you'll start thinking.
Yeah, I'll start
the
thinking
engines
from
start
the
running. Yeah,
correct, right? So after that, I will run some tests. Now 50% of the times I will be right in uh, in those cases where what I thought is going on is actually what is the test showing. Right? 50% of the
That's
times
practicing.
that is practicing. So the other 50% I will have to still change. Oh, this is showing this. Now I have to pivot.
Change the strategy.
Right. So now instead of a CT scan, I need an MRI. Instead of an MRI, I need this blood test. Instead of this blood test, I need a upper GI endoscopy, right? Or a colonoscopy, or XYZ, right? So we keep
Can
on
never be perfect.
Yeah, it can. How can the art itself, the medical science itself is so so complex, and the body itself is so complex that it will never be the same. And maybe that is why we still don't have machines operating on us.
Correct.
Right? It is impossible to make a machine which knows everything and which will be right 100% of the time, because even the human bodies are not the same when we open them up from inside. Right?
What about the robots that you use? The
No, they are
robotic
still,
surgery. You're still using a system, a technology, where using your expertise, your practicing expertise, using a gadget, a robot, and doing a robotic surgery. Right? Now, hear this from somebody who's standing on the other side.
Right.
Now, when you are practicing daily, and when you are changing the strategy on the patient, because there's a complex body,
Right.
and the body is complex, anything can happen in a different manner.
Correct.
With 1, 2, 3, 4 different patients.
Right.
Then for a patient, it's very tricky to hear this.
Correct.
That you are still working on it.
Yeah, but at the same time, most of my patients, when I'm not sure about what is going on, I will have a differential diagnosis. So I will tell them, these are the 4 things I'm suspecting. Now, to confirm what is going on out of these 4, we will run these tests, and I'll keep you informing about.
I understand.
Right?
I understand. Yes.
The results.
Correct,
And then where we are heading along with the results. So as a patient, if you go to a doctor and your doctor tells you 4 or 5 different things, then I mean it's still okay. Right? Because it is one of these 4 or 5 different things, and
Right,
it's not any random thing which is coming up. Right? So as a patient, I think it should be okay in the first 1 or 2 days when you don't know what is going on. But if your doctor tells you one thing, this is the
and
only
that
thing
goes
which is
wrong,
yeah,
then you are in a mess.
Correct.
Yeah. So
even as a patient, also you are in a mess.
Right. I understand that. So this conversation is going into a direction where we are kind of questioning your expertise, but I understand that nobody can be perfect, and the doctors definitely don't call themselves as perfect doctors. And I understand. I get it totally. Now let's just go into the parallels again, right? Which means that whether you are in your 5th year or the 10th year or the 15th year or the 20th year of your practice, with whatever expertise you have gained with as a practitioner, you've gained, it still makes a life. It still has those things attached to your profession, where you are so engrossed into it that you are every day playing with strategies, trying to figure out what is the best treatment for this particular cause, for this particular diagnosis, and if this happens, then this patient is going to be okay or not okay.
Right.
Now, with this, all these things happening in your life and the parallels that you have, do you think you get into issues, you get into problems, you get into your life and your likes going down, and your life goes totally into your profession, and you're not able to give attention that side?
See, I don't do this for likes and followers. Right? I just put it out. Whoever wants to listen to it will listen to it. Whoever I mean, if they start watching any kind of podcast that I have on my YouTube, and if they feel in the first 2 minutes that this is stupid, then they will not watch it. I mean, it doesn't matter.
See,
I mean, my life is still going on.
That's the science behind content, right?
Correct.
I mean, you record content.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not the primary thing that I do, right? The primary thing that I do is practice, right? This I do for myself.
So tomorrow, if you're not shooting content, you'll be fine.
Obviously.
Really? If you're not going to buy the best, what you like in terms of automotive, a vehicle, you'll be fine.
No, that I won't.
Right? So the best coffee you don't get.
No, that is, I cannot open my eyes.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is all these parallels are are the factors which keep, a doctor or maybe a person like me or anybody, these parallels keep us alive. Right?
Correct.
Now, when you are saying that you're not a perfectionist, you're not a perfect, nobody can be, you're not a perfect doctor. You live on these parallels, try to get each one of these into your life, do content, not for likes and engagement, but yes, you want to put out something interesting, they like it, but you don't want to budge onto other, because that's human, right? That's human. But then at the same time, the practice and all that is still not at a perfect level, and a patient comes to you and still has to pay what you're asking for.
Yeah. Because the patient...
You understand my question?
Right. So because what you're trying to say here is the patient is coming to me and paying me my fees just to get experimented upon.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So this is what I'm trying to ask you. I'll make it more clearer.
Right.
I'll make it more clearer. See, you're right. You're absolutely right when you're saying this. So let me ask this question in a different manner.
Okay.
I'm a digital person, you're a doctor. Right? If I was a doctor sitting in front of you, I wouldn't be asking this question.
Okay.
Because I may be a junior doctor or a senior doctor than you.
Right.
I may be having more experience or less experience than you.
Right.
And I'm doing the same thing what I'm asking, what you're doing. So I would not be asking this question.
Right.
But I'm not a doctor.
Right.
And I'm, again, a common person, a digital person. Digital world is known to everybody. You are a content creator, I'm a content creator.
Right.
But I do content in a different way, you do content in a different way.
Correct.
Because your primary profession is being a doctor.
Correct.
Right? Now, being a common person, the feeling prevails that if I am going to meet you, and if you are not considering yourself a perfect person, and if you have a lifestyle where you are, that's your life, you're a human, so you need to have a lifestyle. Everybody has a lifestyle, right? Now, when I have seen your lifestyle in content, and when I am coming to you as a doctor, and when from somewhere I've heard that you don't consider yourself perfect, then I'm worried.
Okay.
You still are going to charge me the same thing. Do you think that's justified?
See, to answer this,
don't get me wrong on this question.
Yeah,
I have done a disclaimer in the beginning. I'm going to ask you questions. What are questions on the road?
Right. Yeah. Right. So to answer this, I will make a statement which is very much contradictory to what you said. You should be worried of a doctor who says on the first visit, who says that you are suffering from this and only this and nothing else.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Because how can you be so sure?
That will be like a blow on my face.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly. You are having this pain because you have this. That's it. Without any sonography, without any blood investigation, without any CT scan. On clinical examination, I absolutely respect the clinical examination that we do, but that should not be the conclusion of any consultation, right? So you should be worried of such doctors who are very sure about things, who sound very brave about themselves,
but there are experienced doctors who do that.
Yes, and they are brave. No doubt about it. But I don't think an experienced doctor will ever say that you are suffering from what I say and nothing else. Because the experienced doctors, they know that they have been wrong in the past. Right?
That's experience.
That is experience, right? And that is what experience has taught them. which brought them to this level where he can call himself an experienced doctor, right?
A sensible experienced doctor.
Yes. So we all make mistakes. We all learn from our mistakes. The only thing is, the only thing that matters in this case is you should not make a mistake which will cost the patient his or her life.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
That is the only thing we should be taking care of,
I
and
hear
that is
that.
the whole.
I hear that, and
Right.
there is another side to it. You see,
Right.
you have to understand that the patient also comes with this expectation
Correct.
that you are the one who
will
will give me a definitive conclusion.
Correct.
And then the treatment, of
And
course,
then the treatment.
right?
Correct.
So that is also there.
Yeah.
That is also there,
Yeah.
right? So I have heard from somewhere that you are a good doctor,
Right.
and somebody told me go and meet this doctor.
Right.
So what I did is I searched you, as nowadays everybody does.
Right.
Everybody is using AI.
AI.
Everybody is using Google to
yeah.
search,
Yeah.
and they Google you and they come and they look at you and they're like, oh, I know you, right? And I've seen your content, I know who you are, right? But at the back of their head, it is also there. It is
Yeah.
also there that, look, you're the one, so get me out of this mess.
Correct.
Get me out of this problem.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So it's both. It's
Correct.
both. Now when I know that you are an experienced senior doctor, right? I am expecting you're going to be sensible enough with me. Right?
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Correct. Now, if that is the case, then I feel, this is my feeling, because the common man thinks like this, that if you are going to meet me, then if you tell me 4 different diagnoses, it's just going to confuse a common person like me, and make me feel that you don't know.
Right.
This is also a it prevails as a feeling,
right,
as a judgment, or as a thought,
right,
into a person who's not a doctor,
right,
a simple person who's not into medicine profession.
Correct.
How do you take care of that?
So
how would you take care of
being
that?
Being a subspecialist, I practice GI surgery, right? So I don't see patients who are suffering from, say, common cold, fever, diarrhea or vomiting, and all those things.
Right.
So
you're a GI surgeon. You're a robotic surgeon.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you come to a GI surgeon, you are coming for a very specific thing, right? Related to your gut.
Correct.
Right. And when you come to me, you must have passed through layers, right? So nobody comes to me directly and tells me, doctor, I have a tumor in my pancreas, you need to remove it.
That's not the case with other specializations?
No. So the first thing that you will do whenever you have so for example, let's say let's take this example of a pancreatic cancer.
Correct.
Right. So the patient of pancreatic cancer most of the times will have uncontrolled, suddenly the diabetes will get uncontrolled, or he will develop a new onset diabetes.
Okay.
Right. So if you have diabetes, who do you go to? You go to a family physician,
right,
or a diabetologist, or
correct. Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And you tell them that I am a diabetic patient, but suddenly now my medicines are not working.
Right.
My sugars are out of control.
Right.
Right. So if he or she is an experienced doctor, that will light up a bulb in their head, that something new is developing which is making the old medicine not work. Right. So they will order tests, right? And those tests will be also indicative of something which is going wrong in the pancreas.
Right.
Apart from the other tests which are focused on the sugar control. Right. And then they will find out that this is a problem in the pancreas. So then they will order some more tests and send to somebody who can take a biopsy or diagnose the problem in the pancreas. After that diagnosis, that patient will be referred to me, and I will be told that we have done these tests.
That's the in that process it comes to you.
Yes.
Right,
yes. So I'm not the primary care physician where the patient will even expect a single word answer.
So let's just hold it here.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, which means it is then there are other physicians, and for this particular patient, a diabetologist.
Yeah.
Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yeah.
So these are the front runners.
Yes.
These are the front runners.
Yes.
But they're also doctors.
Yeah.
So aren't they on the spot?
They are.
You are not. you are at the background here.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So they are on the spot.
Yeah.
And then their 1, 2, 3, 4 possibilities are the same. Would they be same like this?
Not the same as me.
Not the same as you.
Yeah.
Because it's a complex thing here.
Yes.
And it's surgical world here.
Correct.
It's non-surgical world over
Non-surgical
there.
medical world. There.
Right. Now I see the difference.
Yeah.
I see the difference, and those people who are listening to this will
Right.
also understand the difference.
Right.
But this leads to another question of what you charge. Right.
Right.
Now, see, a professional, let's say you are a lawyer, right? I'll give you a hypothetical example here so that we understand the context before I go to the next question. And it's a little funny too. So let's say there is a person who has just committed murder, right? And the lawyer is getting married, right? And I call my lawyer and I say, oh shit, what did I do? Come now, bail me out. Right? Find a way, bail me out.
Right.
And that answer is going to come, hey, look, I'm in my marriage, I'm getting married, right? I'm in my fairas. I can't.
Cannot.
I can't.
Right.
Now the answer usually is, look, you have to, whatever you want, I'll give you.
Right.
So it is about money. You see, it is about money because if I say on the call to you, ke bhai aaja, please come.
Right.
I'm in dire straits. I'm in deep shit. I've made a mess. I've murdered. You come, leave your wedding. I'll pay you what you want. Is it about the money? Because I'm trying to give you this context,
right.
You know, and
but
I
still
come
the
to you.
Lawyer will not come.
The lawyer will not come or come. You never know. You never know. There are people who will be like, hey, let's get married another day. I can get more. Just a joke. Just a joke. There are people. There are people who are loyal. There are people, sorry, but there are people who are loyal. There are people who are so loyal to their profession. They're criminal lawyers. And they know they have to deal with criminals like that.
Correct.
And they have no choice because that's their specialization. There are people who would say, I need to go. And
but is it loyalty or is it the money?
It's, I think, the loyalty towards the profession to make money.
Correct.
Now, again,
is that money variable?
It's so that money is definitely variable. That is the reason he might skip his wedding and go.
Correct.
Because he might quote.
Correct.
He might quote or ask for something which is not the right figure.
Right.
But he would do it because he would be getting it. Which is
because he will be taking
what
the
he's
advantage
doing,
of
it could be managed later.
You know,
because the Pandit could be explained.
Correct.
That find another muhurat in next 5 days.
Correct.
Right. And the family would be just looking. Right.
Yeah.
So that context with you.
Yeah.
Now, if a patient comes to you and sits in front of you and says, look, I've seen your content. I know you're not perfect, but I am in mess. It pains like hell.
Yeah.
And you're the only one. You're the only one because my friend told me, or my brother, my sister, my relative told me, you're an awesome doctor. You treated them. All of them are perfect, you know, and there is some content on your Instagram also, which I have seen, which she says you're a god, right? And you're the only one who can save me.
Right.
Tell me what is wrong with me and what am I doing here?
Right.
What would you do?
Right. So to answer this question, I will first go back to the lawyer statement that you made.
Yeah, the funny one.
That lawyer will see the opportunity, see the helplessness, and quote something where it is not. I mean, do they have a consulting charge which is written, or do they have a special menu where they write, if I come out of the wedding, the charge will be 1 crore rupees. If I if I come out from my sons or daughters,
legal is a field. Nothing is written.
Nothing is written.
Nothing is written.
Everything
should be written in the legal field.
No, any profession. See, if you are a professional, there is no written charge, right? If you come to me in the middle of the night, right, I will charge you for an emergency visit. You come to the ER. ER is going to charge you for the emergency services that they
as per the hospital policy.
As per the hospital policy, right? They are not going to charge you anything for an emergency injection. They're not going to charge you anything for the emergency nursing care that you get.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. I mean, the nursing care still stays the same.
Correct.
It doesn't matter you are at 3 o'clock in the evening or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, you mean the time
midnight.
doesn't matter at what time you get into the ER?
Yeah. Okay. Right. My charges will be emergency charges, but it is not going to be whatever comes out of my mouth. Right. So obviously I am professional who has to take care of a family. I'm a professional who has to get a house to live in.
Parallels.
Parallels,
Parallels,
right?
yeah.
So I like you said, I like my automotive. I like my coffee. I like sending my
Many things,
kid
yeah.
to a good school,
Of course,
right? And I like to eat good food. I like to travel, right? So all those things is government coming to me and telling me, you are playing with life and death. So if somebody is dying, you save the person for free, and I'll give you the land on which you can build your home for 50% of the charge.
Okay.
Is Amazon or Blinkit or anybody telling me that we will give you this refined oil or butter or whatever groceries that you order at 20% of the market rate?
Just because you're a doctor, they
Yeah, and
charge you less.
you're saving lives, or you are
like you're a defense personnel and we'll give you
yeah,
a discount.
defense, right. So defense personnel also, they get discounts only in the canteen, nowhere else.
There are some portals, there are some airline sites and all that.
But you cannot go to Blinkit and say I'm a
No,
defense
you cannot.
personnel, right?
You cannot.
Right.
Yeah.
So for them also,
Your daily
who are
life.
risking their lives, right? For them also, it's not free.
Correct.
Or not a discount.
Correct.
Right. So the same thing goes with the doctors. So why do you expect that I will not charge you, or charge you reasonably, and the reasonable price is what you think is reasonable?
So
Right.
I think I'll hold you there. See, the thing is, it's not about what I think is reasonable.
Yeah.
We definitely cannot, because when I'm not a doctor, when I'm not an expert
Right.
in your field,
Right.
and when you yourself are not an expert in your field, because
Right.
you're practicing every day,
Right.
which means that you have certain figures associated with certain treatments
Yeah.
and surgeries,
Yeah.
and certain departments charge differently.
Yeah.
And there is a huge support staff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of medicine involved.
Correct.
There's a lot of pharma drugs involved. A lot
Right.
of stuff is there.
Right.
So I'm not going to question that, but there has to be a known figure to a normal person coming to a doctor like you.
Yeah.
Where I know that if I am just coming to an OPD, and if I'm meeting a surgeon, and I know from my own symptoms that something is kind of wrong,
Yeah.
and I'm prepared for something, then I need to know. I need to know as a common person, as a patient, as a possible patient to you,
Right.
that what am I budgeting for? What
Right.
am I catering for? If I have an insurance, and if I have an insurance, and as you said, government, if the government is supporting me with my insurance, then I'm still okay to come to you with a little more confident attitude. But
Right.
otherwise, no.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm sitting in front of you like a duck,
Right.
where I am dependent on you,
Right.
for those minutes and seconds and maybe an hour,
Right.
where I'm depending on you as God, but I don't know what you're going to charge me. So my question is from not what I think you should be charging me. My question is from, don't you think that this should be more transparent, in terms of a common person's understanding on how wrong can it get, and how much expensive can it get,
Right.
and will I be able to afford it or not?
Right. So when you come to the OPD, you already have the defined charges.
Correct.
So
That is correct.
the receptionist is
That
going
is
to
correct.
ask you
That
to
is
pay
correct.
that much
Correct.
of amount.
Correct.
So the first barrier is crossed if you can
Correct.
pay that.
Correct.
Right. The second barrier comes when you come to me, I diagnose you, or you are a diagnosed case coming to me for a surgery.
Surgery, yeah.
Right. So there also, most of the times, I'll be able to give you a range which is plus or minus 10,000. Right. And I will also at the same time tell you that if things go wrong, which can go wrong in certain surgeries which are very, very, very high risk. Right.
Correct.
Some surgeries
It
last
happens.
for about 7, 8, 10 hours. Right. And you have to be in the ICU for like 2-3 days, and then the wards for another a week.
Right.
And all those things. So such a big surgery, such a long surgery, and the patient's capability to get out of it varies, right? Now, if you are into, if you have the problem, if you come to me for that solution, if you come to me for the surgery, and suppose on 7th day of the surgery, if the patient develops something which is treatable, but the injection will cost about 7,000 rupees.
Right.
One injection, I have to give 3 of those. Right? So will I deny you the treatment?
Yeah, of course not. You will
No.
not. Yeah.
But it will come at a cost of 21,000 rupees. Now, at that time, you cannot come and argue with me that, oh, you told me X amount, that this is costing.
But patients do that, right?
21,000 extra.
Don't they come to you and argue?
They do. They do. But we generally don't hold off the treatment for that. Eventually, if things go well, if the patient goes home, most of the time they understand. And we are very clear in our communication. At least I am. Right? I'm not saying every doctor is, again. Right? Because there are always, the bad mangoes in a box,
of course,
who needs to come out so that the good mangoes can survive. Right? So, I will be at least that much transparent with my patient, where I can, tell them this is going to cost you this, and plus or minus this much. Mostly it is never minus, it is always the plus.
It's always a
right?
plus,
So
yeah.
Minus patients don't need explanation, right? Plus is going to need an explanation. So
you set the expectations clear.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, and patients are reasonable enough. See, everybody is a human being. Patients are not. It's when the patient, see, I am not saying that every every patient is wrong. I'm not saying every doctor is right. Right? So some doctors need to be slapped. Right? And
that's a big statement, huh?
Yeah.
That's a
yeah,
big statement.
Absolutely. And I know that every doctor is going to agree with this statement. There are some doctors who needs to be slapped, but it does not mean that every doctor is a bad guy. And the kind of doctor that you are, you will get patients accordingly.
That is so true. That is so true. Your rep actually follows.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
Correct.
So you will have friends like yourself. I will have friends like myself. Right? If we are very different guys, your friends are never going to like me, and my friends are never going to like you.
True. Very
right?
true.
The
very
same
true.
thing holds with the patients as well. Right? So my patients are there for me only. They will not go to some other doctor, and they will not even find it comfortable to talk to the other doctors who are not like me.
You created a legacy in just so many years.
Yeah.
And you feel you have really created that legacy.
Yeah. Most
well.
of the times I get patients who are referred to me by my old patients.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
A lot of them are my old patients, relatives, or friends, or just references from them. Less number is the patients who are directly walking in, because obviously I work at a place where we get a lot of walk-ins, right? They are less in amount.
But tell me honestly, and this it's going on in my head, so I have to ask this. And tell me honestly, you never link the charge of any initial diagnosis and the treatment and the surgery and the following with any of your parallels?
As in?
All your likings of life, all your hobbies of life.
Yeah, so
all your I know this question can be a dirty question,
right?
But I am, when I'm saying honestly answer me, it's too much to ask maybe, but knowing you, right. I think you will give me an honest answer,
right?
And you have mentioned you are a human being, you have children to educate, right. you have a life, you like few things,
right?
And like everybody else, you also have a life.
Correct.
So tell me honestly.
So suppose I want to fly in a helicopter to the hospital every day. We have a helipad, right?
Of course, Zydus has a helipad.
Correct.
Yes.
So I can have that fantasy in my head, but I mean, if I have the fantasy, my patient should not be paying for my fantasies. I should be capable enough to make money for that.
That's the most appropriate answer.
Right?
That's the most appropriate answer.
My patient should be paying for a car which drives me to the work. Right? I should be reasonable enough to keep such expectations from my profession. Right? if a doctor thinks that I should have a Maybach in the parking, and after that I'll buy a Rolls Royce in 2 years, and then maybe in 5 years I'll be flying in helicopters. That is, a doctor can do that. There are means of doing it. There are ways of doing it, right? But the patients should not be paying for it, right? The patients are see, the main difference comes where we stop treating them as customers, right? Like this government has showed us as they made us business professionals when they started imposing consumer forum laws on doctors.
Right. You're talking
So
about the government.
the government,
Okay.
yeah. So when the prime minister of your country goes to some foreign nation and tells this on national television that the cardiologists in your country, what in my country, what they do, they put a stent in your heart and tells you that there is a blockage. They will put 2 more stents, even if there is one blockage, and those 2 stents, which whatever revenue that has made for the company, that will be passed out to this doctor in form of a Singapore trip. Right?
Correct. This statement
so what
was
kind
made.
of correct?
Yes.
Right. So what kind of impression does it create in a common people's common person's head about the doctors in their own country, right? See, you must be reading every day, this doctor was beaten in this hospital.
I was going to come to that.
Right?
I was going to come to that.
So where is this coming from? Where is the aggression coming from?
Yes.
Right? I'm not saying that all the doctors are, again, they are doing great job. Everybody is charging appropriately, and
and you're not linking it with your interests.
Yeah. But most of us will try to do a good job for the patient, because ultimately we are going to be paid the same amount, right? And
people don't know that. People don't know that on the road, you see.
Exactly.
People don't know that on the road.
Exactly.
So there is a system lapse.
Correct.
Let me put it, as you mentioned, the government. And how many years did it take for you to start practicing?
14 years.
14 years?
Yeah.
When did you start? What age
2006,
did you start?
I was 18 years old.
You were 18 years old.
Yeah.
You were funded? You were funded, or you took loans?
Yeah, no, I was funded.
You were funded?
Yeah.
You have a family of doctors, or nobody?
Yeah, my father was a doctor.
Oh,
yeah.
So basically you were funded.
Yeah.
You were the privileged ones.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And are you a emeritus student? Were you a emeritus student?
Yeah.
Okay, so you always wanted to be a doctor?
No. See, the problem in this country is at the age of 18 years, how mature are you to decide that you want to become a doctor?
What made you think that you wanted to be a doctor?
I saw my father.
Oh, you saw your father. So after
right?
18...
So there was nobody in the family that I could look up. My uncle is a doctor. My father was a doctor. And his friends all were doctors. So I've never seen what an engineer does when I was growing up, right? So of course I wanted to become a doctor. At one point of time, I also felt like, no, this is not the right choice, after I went into medicine.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So, but then I quickly realized that...
So the reason, I'll cut you here. The reason why I'm asking this question is, so if it has taken 14 years and you've seen governments, I was answering your point on the government. Correct. When you've seen, when you've done 14 years of study, residency, working for somebody, etc., etc., and when you started the practice, actually, it has been more than a decade. Right? You've seen governments. Correct? Now government's policies change.
Yes.
Right?
Everything changed.
The systems change.
Yeah.
The consumer laws changed. Right?
Yes.
Patients change.
Yeah.
Right? Diseases change.
Yes.
Environment has changed. Right? From respect to doctors, to conversation with doctors, the respect and trust to doctors, to conversation with doctors, to mild aggression with doctors, to sitting and slapping the doctor. It has transformed from something to something, which is really crazy.
Correct.
And you are part of that system.
Yeah.
And when you say that we do not take a patient for granted and we do not take them for a ride, and I do not relate this with my parallels, is something which is huge, because it is not easy in this kind of policy level change in the system, and you being part of that whole thing and still survive with this attitude and the thing that you just told me.
Right.
What do you think? Is it something which is not difficult for you?
Not really, because see, I've never had a patient to answer this.
You never had a patient?
Yeah, I've never had a patient who was aggressive with me, because I've been, I've seen my bosses from who I've learned the practice of medicine, the surgery, the art of practicing of the medicine, because that's also an art. How you communicate with the patient, how you explain the patient in layman terms about what is going on, what they require, what
there's a communication way.
Yeah, there's a way of
there's a way of
communication. So I'll give you an example. If there are two doctors, right? One doctor is a that doctor is extremely smart, knows every textbook by heart, right? Knows every diagnosis, and is the doctor is so sharp that he will judge by the way you're walking, right? But that doctor looks like a monkey, does not know how to talk, right? And keeps on abusing you. And on the other hand, there's a doctor who is a good doctor, right? Who knows medicine well, not as sharp as that one, but he knows how to talk, how to communicate,
Makes a difference.
Yeah. So who will you go to?
Obviously
the other doctor who is not that sharp but is a good doctor.
Are you saying
Right?
the aggression is also due to the lack of soft skills, communication
Absolutely.
skills of an individual who's a doctor?
Absolutely. And we have never been trained to,
there's no course like that.
Exactly.
MBBS or your
especially in our country,
of course,
right? Especially in our country, because if you see the systems in US, so US, you have to pass through 4 different levels of exam before you get into a residency program.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
And the place where I was coming, at 18 years of age, nobody knows what they want to do. They will just copy their parents or their family members or their friends who they admire.
Correct.
Right? And then they will do what they a very few of them will actually know what they want to do, right? And so in US, when somebody decides to go into medicine, the guy or the girl is approximately 21, 22 years of age, right? They will go into medical school at that time. After finishing medical school, they will apply for residency. Before applying for residency, they have to go through steps. So steps are the exams that they have to pass, and one of the exam is based on soft skills as well.
Really?
Yeah. They will judge you on the way you talk to the patient. If you are correct in every case, like they're going to ask you to see 8 different patients. At least at my time it was 8. I don't know what is now. So if I am right in the diagnosis of every patient, but still that patient tells the examiner that this guy did not talk to me properly, you fail. Right? So
that affects your practicing license and
exactly,
all that.
Exactly. So you never get to go to the residency.
Correct.
If you
I've
don't,
heard about that.
Yeah,
yes.
If you don't pass through this, right? So, and
that's not the case in India.
Never.
There's no course
even before. I mean, after passing these steps, there is an interview for which you have to appear and then get into the residency program. So that interview is also testing your soft skills.
Correct.
Right? Along with that, a lot of other things, but soft skills are also a part of it. Here, you decide you want to become a doctor from 10th standard, and then you branch out into engineering group or the biology group. So at 10th standard, you are what, 15, 16 years of age?
Right, 15.
So at that time, you have decided you want to become a doctor. After getting into 12th standard, you get good marks. You get good marks in NEET also. NEET, at that age, I mean, you are what, 18 years. 18 years may you decide that I will go to this college and this college and whatever I'm getting, according to marks. After that, you study medicine for 5.5 years, 4.5 years, 1 year of internship, and then you appear for NEET PG examination. NEET PG examination, again you have to score and go to whatever hospital.
Yeah, either
and
you have the money or you have to score.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right. And after NEET PG, again you have to appear for NEET for super specialty.
Yeah, so that takes
right?
you to your 10th year of your
That's it.
studying.
Yeah.
So what's the point?
So have they ever tested what kind of doctor you are? How do you do you speak to the patient properly?
You really think that this plays a big role in patients understanding your body language, your spoken language, the way you talk to them, the way you tell them, look, this is what has happened to you, pyar se, has ke, showing that, empathy, sympathy.
Correct. Empathy is the word.
Yeah, empathy. So and a lot of doctors show a little sympathy too. That don't worry, like that.
You'll be fine.
And that works for the patients not being aggressive.
Correct.
So you think patients being aggressive, sorry to interrupt, but then you think patients are being aggressive because they feel that you've done something wrong to them?
No, it is a lack of clear communication.
It's a lack of clear communication. So that's, as for you,
you must have read, seen somewhere on Instagram or read somewhere that there was a patient in Hyderabad who was being treated for stage 4 cancer.
Yes.
Right? And the patient died.
Correct.
And the son of this patient stabbed the medical oncologist who was giving the patient palliative care.
Correct.
Right?
Correct, yeah.
So you think the doctor killed the patient?
So yeah, you're right. But there's lack of understanding, there's lack of
on both the parts. The patient was also not in a state to understand.
There is emotions.
Yes,
there is emotions.
Very strong emotions. Obviously, right?
Is that affecting all the doctors? Is that why doctors also are taking a step back, because the system, as you mentioned, the government, the system is as such that it does not have hard driven policies against certain acts, certain activities when it comes to protection for doctors? Is it like that?
I don't think. See, there are protection. There are laws in place for protection of doctors, right? Today morning I was reading some bridge in Mumbai collapsed, right? And the government has charged a penalty of about 60 crores on the contractor.
Okay.
And the family of whoever died under that collapse will get 5 lakh rupees. Right? So, did that person die?
I see where you're getting at. I understand.
Right?
I understand.
Out of somebody's mistake? Yes.
Of course. Yes.
Right? Was that civil engineer or the agency was working or making the bridge? Are they being held responsible? Are they even disclosing the names? No. Right? Patients are, not the patients.
Of course, the people,
the people, the
people under the bridge.
Who have died, they are being compensated at the price of 5 lakh rupees for their life. For their life, right? And if the same thing happens, so we joke about this a lot, that the number one cause in India, the number one cause of death in India is surgery. Because the patient feels that I would be alive if I had not gotten operated. Right? That is what the entire
I did not get
narrative.
I did not get operated on time, or I did not have the even opportunity to get operated.
No. I'm saying the number one cause of death in India is
surgery. Is due to surgery. Okay.
That's what the patient
These are real stats?
Not this real stats. This is a joke that
this is a joke.
Okay. So the doctor, क्योंकि उसने सर्जरी करी इसलिए वो मर गया, वरना तो वो जिंदा ही रहने वाला था.
Right.
That is what people feel.
I get the joke. But tell me something. Don't you feel that this is being doctors? See, there are two ways to look at it. There's a system, and we have to agree on to that. There is a weak system. There is a weak system from day one. When somebody who wants to be a doctor gets into a college, as I said in the initial conversation there, that either you are a emeritus doctor or you're a you have money or you have no money, government residency, you suffer a lot.
Yeah.
Then eventually, if you realize that you've done it all and you still want to be in the profession, then
Yeah.
you either leave the country
Yeah.
or you struggle in the country and reach to a point where you are lucky enough to get into a league where maybe you are, Cyril, today.
Right.
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 So don't you think that this profession is being um, not it is being definitely controlled by the government,
Yeah.
but it is not being screened by the government? Because if something is screened,
Yeah.
then there are strong possibilities of protection. So there is, if there is screening, then there is policy. If there is policy, citizens would know. I feel. But in this weak system, I feel there is no screening. See, what is the screening I'm talking about? I'll tell you. You might not like it, but I'll tell you. See, the thing is, if you are a lawyer, there is no screening. You can deal the way you want to. There
Correct.
are policies, there
Correct.
are laws how advocates and lawyers need to deal.
Correct.
But they have loopholes.
Right.
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 Every system has loopholes.
Right.
But it's like a medicine, the field, and the doctors and their profession is still a very far away thing from common people,
Right.
where they feel that there is no control.
Okay.
Which I know that is not true.
Right.
Because the government is trying to control.
Correct.
The government is trying to put a lot of control.
Correct.
Issuing cards saying you can go to any hospital.
Correct.
You get a card at home. They are not able to figure out who's below the economic earning line.
Correct.
The earning categories. Who is above that? Who's on the topmost? But they're issuing it to everybody. That's my understanding.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if government is trying to put all these things in place, which is very similar to the systems in the most developed countries in the world, like US,
Right.
In that system, still the common man feels that the doctors are not being controlled or screened, because they do what they want to do, they say what they want to say, they charge what they want to charge, they get away with anything that goes wrong.
Right.
And that is why this whole thing, because of no screening, the common man feels they have the right to sit in front of a doctor and say, no, boss, you did not do the right thing, and I am going to now get aggressive with you,
Right.
and I'm going to do what I want to do. Do you think this is the reason?
So to answer this, I will give you a little background about the systems that are already in place since years together, since decades together, and what the Indian government is trying to do with it. So there is a system in US where most of the people in US go to public schools,
Correct. Correct.
and they are
Education.
better than private schools,
Correct.
which are free. Public schools are free.
Correct.
So the education till 12th grade is free for them.
Correct.
Right.
As a citizen, as a kid.
Do you know how much? What is the average fee of a Cambridge board or a international board school in India?
I'm sure it's in lakhs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in
Right.
lakhs.
So
yeah.
the average fee ranges for a Cambridge, it is about 2.5 lakhs. IB goes up to maybe 10 lakhs in metro cities, right? So that is a striking difference to start with, the education system. So here it is free, here it is paid since the first year, the nursery, right? Then the person goes to college. In college, India, again, we have to pay the fees, and US also charges fees.
Yeah, they do charge fees.
So if you compare medical schools in India and US, right, the fees will be a bomb, right? And everybody has to pay that. Now,
20 years back it was 2 lakhs, now it's 2 crores. To become a doctor.
Yeah, and if you go to a private medical school in India,
20 years back also it was not cheap.
It was not cheap
in private schools.
Yes,
and private medicine schools.
Yeah, yeah. And now government has stopped making new government medical colleges. They are just outsourcing it to private players, right? So not a single medical college of government is coming up where the students can study for free. For free as in 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 rupees a year.
Nominal fees.
Right? And the same student will pay about 40 to 50 lakhs till he comes out of MBBS. The same thing in medical school in US will also cost a good amount for their money, right? And after medical school is done in the US, the guy goes or the girl goes to residency. Residency is not chargeable. In fact, they are compensated for the work they do.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Correct.
I would not
And
say
they're
it
compensated
is
pretty well.
yeah. I would
Unlike
not
India.
say it is very cheap, right? $60,000-$70,000 a year before taxes is not something that you cannot live off.
Correct.
Right? So they can live a comfortable life,
yeah.
right, in US,
and work hard
and they
too.
don't and they still don't have to pay fees. Here the PG student also pays fees. The super specialist doctor also pays fees, which has got no relation to the stipend that he's earning,
and which is normal, very normal.
If you give out a stipend of, let's say, 1.5 lakhs a month, how is it going to
it's not even 1.5 lakh
25-30 lakhs of fees
correct
per year,
correct,
right, for 3 years,
correct,
right,
correct.
So, and that time
either you have to be funded, you are taking loans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So by the time you come out, you have a loan of, let's say, 3 or 4 crore rupees.
Correct.
In India.
Correct.
Right. An average doctor.
Correct.
Right. Who are exceptionally intelligent. They will come out for free or almost negligible cost.
Correct.
And they will start practicing without loans on their head. Otherwise, like you said, either it is funded or loans. In US, the guy only pays for the medical school fees, and they have a federal loan system as well, where he can get loan for as long as he wants, and then pay it off slowly. Right? Here, if you whenever you come out of the super specialty courses, you are already 31, 32.
Correct.
Right? You might
some
be
are
having,
even 33, 34.
You might be having 1 or 2 kids. You might not even have a house. Your parents might be retired by that time, and they might be counting on you to start a new life and make them comfortable, right? And in that system, when the doctor comes out, there is no guarantee that this doctor is going to make X amount of money from the day one, right? So here you are coming out with loans, and on day one you don't have one single patient of your own, because nobody knows you, right? You still have to make your
you are actually entering a darkest zone.
Correct.
After struggling so much.
Correct.
Right?
So till the last month of the residency, he was sure that he will get stipend. After that, he will not even get stipend, right? And there are no systems in place which will guarantee X amount of income to live a comfortable life. Forget about buying a car or house, right?
So you're saying a doctor in our country studies, logs, does not earn, still has no guarantee that he'll be able or she'll be able to earn a basic livelihood.
Yeah, there is no guarantee.
There is no guarantee. But I think this guarantee is not there in any country. But yes, the support all the way from the education all the way to when you come out.
No, but still there are hospitals who will hire this doctor in other countries.
Of course.
In developed countries. The countries from where we are getting inspired from, right?
And so, all our Meritus gang is going to those countries.
Yeah, obviously, right. Because they are giving out good money.
Correct.
If a consultant comes out
in
US after his MD or her MD, and they are being hired by
ये तो बंद नहीं होएगा.
हाँ, ये तो
शादियां हैं.
ये और ये आजू बाजू सब पार्टी प्लॉट्स हैं. वेट करते हैं थोड़ा डाउन हो देन.
थोड़ा सा लाउडर वॉइस. ये तो बहुत ज्यादा है नहीं.
ये से कंटिन्यू कर लेंगे, रोल है.
Okay.
जैसे ये स्लो देन आप कंटिन्यू कर लेंगे.
Let's continue. Yeah. So you're saying that US.
Yeah. So whenever a hospital hires this doctor, at least, I mean, if you see the average income of a doctor in the US, the least amount will be 150,000.
Correct. They start with 150 grand. Yeah.
Right.
Correct.
If you move to suburbs, it will go up to $300,000. Right.
So are you saying that because of the government, and I agree with you, and I hear that the system here, the system there.
Yeah.
Why is India then copying any system? Why aren't we having our own system And again, I'm going to come to that point where there has to be a system where the profession is screened, so that there is system in place, a proper system in place, and there are policies around it, and the citizens are given that that teaching, that they are taught that look, respect the profession, because this person may not be God for you, but this profession is like this, where their hands do the treatment, and this is what saves your life.
Correct.
Right? So are you saying that is it the system because of which this, and the screening not being there, the protection that I was talking about, and the respect is not there? Is it because of the system?
See, we are having some systems in place, like what US has. US has Medicare, Medicaid.
Correct. They
and
have
insurances.
Correct. Insurances.
Right?
Yes.
So either the person has money, has an insurance, goes to the hospital, the insurance company pays.
Correct.
And they pay for
Similar like
everything.
here. Yeah.
Right? And if they cannot pay for it, then the government
supports them.
Right?
That I think has been copied here now.
Yeah. So we have Ayushman Bharat.
Right.
And we have insurances.
Correct.
But we also have a third class, which is huge in amount, and they don't have anything.
Of course.
They have cash.
They are the ones who have the cash.
Correct. Right? And they can afford some treatment, but not unlimited, but not for unlimited number of days and unlimited time.
But there's another category. Category. So there is one with money, insurance.
Yeah.
There's one which is totally dependent, from different organizations like ECHS, CGHS, and different government organizations. Defense, mainly defense. And with defense, there's another category which is supported by the government in terms of, you have the money, you don't have the money, you're a serious citizen, you still have the card.
Exactly.
There is a category like that. But there is another category which does not have the money.
Yeah.
Their monthly earning is 10 grand.
Yeah.
And they're standing outside a hospital like yours and looking, oh, this is a hotel, how do I enter?
Will they even let me in? Is what
will they? Intimidation, that level of intimidation, because the hospital looks like that.
Yeah.
Right? But I am in pain.
Yeah.
I am in pain, and I do not have a hospital nearby.
Yeah.
And I have to enter this hospital
only.
Will that happen? Do you think that is again a system failure? All these categories?
Yeah. System, I would not say it is a failure. They are trying to establish a system. It has failed miserably for a doctor, not for the patient. Right? Why? I will tell you. So, suppose if we compare Medicare, Medicaid to Ayushman Bharat, right? And the same thing is going on in the UK, where NHS is taking care of everything. They don't even have insurances.
Correct.
They have small private practices, but everything else is treated.
Clinics, small clinics are there. Yeah.
Right. So there the government takes care of everything, whatever you do, but it has its own flaws.
Correct.
Right. So
big flaws.
Exactly. So we are trying to copy it in a certain way, where the patients are getting benefited. The point where it has started was when the government realized that the doctor-patient ratio is extremely skewed. Right? Whatever number of beds that we have for under the government sector, right, where we can treat patients for free with the government funds, is very limited.
So that's not free really, right? The government is paying you for that, but it is not paying what the hospital is expecting them to pay.
So no, so for example, if you go to civil hospital is free. If you whatever surgery you want, they will do it for free.
Yeah, but the patient who's carrying a card is not going to the civil hospital; is coming to, let's say, Zydus.
No, so that's what. So the time when it started, right? So government realized that Zydus is a hospital where not everybody can get the treatment, because it is so much overflowing with patients every day, right? So what they did was they introduced this card where they told everybody that you have health benefits up to 5 lakh rupees.
Okay.
They forced this card on private hospitals.
Okay.
Where they told them that out of these beds, this much percentage you have to keep reserved for card.
So this is beyond the Ayushman.
No, this is
the Ayushman, but there is a different category within that.
Obviously,
yeah.
Because you cannot expect a patient who has 1 crore of insurance living in a suite room, and the next suite room is being occupied by somebody who is government funded, right? So that does not make sense, right? So this much, since they realize that you cannot, compensate for the number of patients with the number of doctors that we are producing every year, they started forcing this card on private hospitals.
Okay.
But where did the problem come? When see, the government was paying for the treatment, right? Government was not paying enough, obviously, but the volume that the hospital was getting was so high that it does not matter, right? If you are charging, say, 50% amount for the surgery that I do in Zydus versus in the card, not even 50%, maybe 20%, government might be paying the total 20% of the amount of what we charge in private, right? So, but if I get 20 patients of the same surgery, the hospital is still going to make money.
Of course.
As a doctor,
you won't.
I won't. Why? Because there is one big catch to it. If I do the surgery today, the government is going to compensate for it after 6 months.
Wow. Yeah. So that's right? Not, that doesn't fit in.
Yeah.
I think that's where
have you ever heard of some professional, any professional that you tell me is ready to work for you today and will be getting paid after 6 months?
Yeah, I have not. And I don't think that works, right? Exactly. The system will, the organization will fall. The hospital will go bankrupt.
Exactly.
The hospital will go bankrupt.
Hospital will go bankrupt. Also, there was no guarantee of this fund being released after 6 months.
Of course.
They will still have problems with X treatment, Y treatment, Z treatment, and they will give queries.
I'll come. Yeah. So I understand. So tell me, does that frustrate doctors?
So how does it frustrate? Because the government is giving you work, but the government is not paying you.
So do you think the frustrated doctor and an aggressive patient is a bad combination?
It is a bad combination.
It is a bad combination. That is where I'm coming to. Is it the system? Is it the system which has created a frustrated doctor? See, doctors can only get frustrated if they are pushed to a limit where they are not being compensated or respected.
Yeah.
Any professional. Or they are made to work endlessly for hours and days and still not getting compensated in a normal way, and they have no choice to run away. I see that doctors get frustrated only then.
Only then.
Am I right?
Any individual.
Any individual, but
right.
we're talking about doctors.
On working like a donkey every day.
Right.
Right, and still are not going to get compensated. Right. Then obviously you will get frustrated.
Do you think you are in an exclusive category, and the majority of the doctors in this country, due to a system, are in a layer which is not as exclusive as yours?
So I would not say that I am in the exclusive category. Maybe right now I am working in a sector.
I think you are. So, you worked for it.
Yeah, I've worked for it. Yeah.
I call it exclusive.
I was not earlier, but I might be now.
Right? Yes.
Also, the other thing was it is getting tougher every day. Right. So when I came from Bangalore to this. I came back home and started practicing. I was maybe the 30th or 32nd GI surgeon in the city.
Okay.
In the city of 1 crore people. There were 30 or let's say even 40 GI surgeons, right? Who are exclusively doing GI surgery, who are trained in GI surgery, and who know how to do GI surgery, right? So I maintained that status for another 3 or 4 years, and then every year we are getting 3 or 4 new GI surgeons. Now, how many hospitals do we have in this city where they require GI surgeons?
I get the point.
Right? You can count 10.
Of course.
10, right? So 10
similar as any other city, of the same size.
Yeah.
So metros maybe a little more.
Yeah. So Mumbai mein there are 2 crore people living, and there might be 50 hospitals.
Correct.
How would
certain part of
doesn't make a difference.
Certain part of Mumbai.
Yeah. Exactly. So abhi isme how much can a hospital as an organization afford, right? And how many doctors do they really need? In number, there is a finite number of people they will need. उसके बाद जितने भी आएंगे, is there any space left? No. And me being a senior guy to them who is coming new, I also know that they are in in search of something. If I leave this position,
so they are searching.
It is going to go to somebody else.
Of course.
Maybe not of their experience. Maybe somebody who is of my experience. If I leave this seat, somebody else of my experience.
So you are
again, I'm also not leaving.
And I don't say that's wrong because any professional would do that.
Yeah.
Any professional would look at, of course you worked hard,
Yeah,
but any professional would look at it as a competition.
Yeah.
Any professional would run with the competition,
Yeah.
try to achieve faster than the other person.
Correct.
But your profession is like that, where the people don't expect you to do that. You see, I keep coming back to that.
True.
I keep coming back to that.
True.
30 years back, respect.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Was it really respect, or again, it brings me a very interesting point to my head. Was it really respect or the helplessness?
I think it was a big blend of helplessness, which is automatically a human brain.
Yes.
A human brain calls it respect.
Respect.
Right. So that's why I call it respect.
Sir. You are the only
Yes.
sir.
Those days.
Yes.
Those days,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
now, as you said, the competition, small city, 40 doctors, 10 hospitals, that respect has converted into mild aggression to a bigger aggression.
Yeah. And
right?
How even, people also have a lot of options.
Of course.
Right? It's the same as any other profession where people never had options 30 years back.
Correct.
और जो भी मिल रहा है उसमें ये ले लो वरना नहीं लो. It's up to you.
Yeah.
अभी ये चाहिए. What you point your finger and you get it. Right? So it is always like that in any profession, including doctors.
No.
And
well
people can afford to give that aggression because you are not the only one.
Correct.
Not saying that everyone will be the same, but most of the times when it is a simple case, it doesn't matter.
So let's put it this way. Just to conclude this, conversation and move to a different topic. You are in the exclusive category.
Right.
Why? Because you have, as per you, and I also hear that you have worked for it.
Right.
And there is competition.
Right.
And you are running with the competition to stay ahead in the competition.
Right.
And I don't see anything wrong in that.
Right.
As long as you are ethically treating,
Correct.
you are ethically charging.
But see, other thing is, if I'm not ethical, the patients are going to throw me away.
That is true.
Right?
That is
there is no way a doctor can survive in this day and age where the doctor is not ethical and still that doctor is not being caught.
And the patients have become
They will
more
say
intelligent
very
with
Everybody's
everything available digitally.
Exactly. Exactly, right?
for the things that we have created.
Yeah.
So basically they come to you and they tell you that this is what I think is wrong with me. What do you think?
Yes, what do you think?
Right. Yeah. So that's become the biggest joke, right?
Correct.
So let's move this conversation now into something which is a little more interesting. I feel for you, and with the kind of question that I'm going to ask you now. See, the thing is, the system, the doctors, the frustration, the aggression, the patients, they're learning into the profession. You being there, and you feel that you're doing good for the patients, so you are in that exclusive category.
Right.
Do you really think, do you really do anything for the weaker class? When I say weaker class, our country unfortunately still has, with last 2 decades things have changed, of course.
Yeah.
People have got more money on their hands, they spend more, they have choices, everything, right? But there is a class which is not earning very well.
Yep.
As Dr. Suril, do you even think about it? Do you really think that just because you are now at that level, you have no responsibility, or you really do something about it?
No, this was one of the major factors because see, I have a lot of patients who before joining this institute, I was practicing at, I had a clinic of my own, and I used to cater to all kinds of patients, right? So, before joining this institution, this was very clear in our heads that we will not leave them behind, right?
Okay.
So, no patient of ours who is an old patient or who comes to us with a lot of expectations from our old patients, right? They should never be denied the treatment, right? Now it is up to us to screen them, because not every, it's like, see, if you see the reality of this Ayushman Bharat, I've seen patients coming down from Mercedes and claiming treatments under this card.
How do they get a card?
That's the government agenda. That's the,
So you're saying there are
that's
people,
the campaign.
Yeah, there are people coming in expensive cars worth crores, lakhs and crores, and they have the card.
Yeah, they have the card. They get the treatment for knee replacements, and, cancer, chemotherapy, under card.
Wow, I don't know.
Nobody's asking them. There is nobody. There is no screening, right? So, what I'm trying to say is, the screening. We have to screen them, and we have to screen them really well, and realize that this patient really needs the treatment and doesn't have the means, right? But there are systems in place at our hospital itself.
So you're talking about the screening, but you're talking about the patients who you used to charge differently.
Yeah.
You used to charge differently.
Yeah.
What you're charging now is behind the walls of an organization who you are dedicated to.
Correct.
And that was your organization where these patients are from.
Yeah.
So आप जो चार्ज करते थे वो चार्ज आज आप शायद नहीं कर पा रहे हो. उतना कम.
Yeah,
so are you saying, so that's what my question is, that if I was your patient 5 years back,
Yeah.
and you were not in the exclusive level, right? Now you are.
Right.
So now if I'm coming back to you and I was paying $100 then, am I going to pay 300 now?
No. So
leaving
another
aside the rise in the pricing, but otherwise the fees. I mean the fees that I have to pay.
So another thing, it's also about it is lot about self-worth, right?
I'm sure you must have treated, sorry to interrupt, but you must have treated some people with even 10 rupees and not 100 rupees in
I've
those
treated
days.
them for free.
Yes, treated them for free.
Yeah.
How are you planning? How do you plan to do that now?
But that was,
or are you doing
the
it?
free treatment was also from my side, because that patient really needed help at that time, and I offered the help. Otherwise, see, if I give you an example, what is the cost of surgery for a gallbladder stone in Ahmedabad? Can you guess the range?
Should be about 2 to 3 lakhs.
No,
at the topmost level.
Topmost level. And the lowermost level
should be not less than 20,000.
Okay, I'll reframe this.
20
how much does a surgeon charge as a surgical fee to remove a gallbladder full of stones, and what can be the range for it? If you are the surgeon, how much are you thinking? Itna to main, I have to charge this
25 grand. I don't know.
Right.
Could be.
Right. So the least amount a surgeon has ever been paid in this city, and I'm telling this on record, is 1,500 rupees for this surgery.
Okay.
Right? And the surgeon has also accepted the money. Right? So it is always about self-worth. I am not somebody who will go and operate at some random place for 1,500 rupees and remove a gallbladder laparoscopically. Right? So it's never been, so there has always been a quality in what I do. There has always been a sense of self-worth in what I do. And it is always, I have always kept it up to my choice whether to treat this patient for less money or no money, or if the patient is affording enough, okay, then obviously they get the treatments in the corporate.
So you're saying that doctors in your field, you can do it for free.
I can.
You
and
can.
There are systems in place now also.
But you would not undersell.
Yes.
If you don't have to, you
Yes.
will not undersell.
No, I will not.
Because you would like to keep the quality and the worth.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Of the
Correct.
profession.
Correct.
So that people don't take it for granted.
For granted. Exactly. There is always. Have you seen the doctors conducting camps for free? You know. So have you seen the doctors or any hospitals conducting camps, medical camps?
I've heard, seen it in movies. I've heard.
Yeah. So medical camps are of two types. One is for free, one where they charge little less amount
Right.
than the regular
Right. Right.
OPD consultation
Right.
charges.
And then there's some hospitals who conduct OPDs also into those
and
areas.
every doctor has been through that.
Hmm.
And I can challenge
Has to.
you. Has been, they have to, and we have to, right? So I have seen cardiologists, renowned cardiologists going to medical camps. If it is for free, the patient will come to that doctor. Doctor is sitting here, the patient is sitting here, and he will be like this. ओके क्या हुआ? नहीं, कुछ नहीं हुआ सर. तो आज क्यों आए? मुझे लगा आप आए तो मिल लेता हूँ आपसे. Why? Because he is not charging anything for the consultation. And that patient knows that this doctor is from XYZ hospital, right? Which
just
is
because
big
he's
name.
here.
Let's just see.
So the worth. You're talking about the worth.
The worth.
The worth.
Like anything, whatever it is, human psychology. If you get something for free, it is never.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. But do you guys as doctors link it with all that struggle and suffering of 14, 15 years? Do you guys link
Not
it
really.
with that?
It was my decision. It was my decision to become a doctor, right? I have worked straight for 36 hours without sleeping, without eating, right? To become what I have, what I am now. I can still, I've been trained like that so that I can work like that. And I've been trained like that so that I have to, one day I have to step out in the real world and step out into this private setup where there will be a lot of expectations from me and where my patient will demand nothing less than 100%, right? So in private practice, the result can never be less than 100%, right? And we always try to do that, right? But if it is 99.99%, that 0.01% is always, a matter of fate. It's a matter of fate for the doctors, for the patients, and for whoever is involved in the treatment, right? So I cannot complain about it. I cannot demand the patient, you don't pay me well, that is why I'm not coming to see you in the middle of the night. I'm just getting 2,000 rupees if I come and see you in the emergency. And this surgery will only cost 20% more than the regular charges because it is an emergency. It's not the patient's fault. How is it the patient's fault?
Of course, it's not the patient's
right?
fault.
If the patient is coming to me in emergency, the patient is under a lot of pain, right? And it did not happen that the pain has started since morning and now the patient has found time to come and see me in the middle of the night.
So let's route this discussion again back to the doctor who's sitting in a rural area,
right?
And the patient has come to see him just because he's there,
right?
Yeah,
right.
He's a known cardiologist.
So, so that's what I'm saying. The self-worth is the most important thing in for any doctor.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
There are doctors with low self-worth. They will do things for free. There are doctors who feel like I want to do things for free. There are a lot of doctors I know that they're still working in government setups and they are great surgeons, superb physicians.
I've heard about some
right?
of them. Yes,
and they have dedicated their lives to
so there are doctors like that too.
Yeah,
and people recognize that.
Yes,
common people like me, we recognize that.
Yes,
but then
but you will respect that doctor. Why? Because he's doing something for free. And
correct.
But I'm not, and that is why I'm not respectable. Why?
Yeah, that's
why. Suppose if I ask you to create content for me, and I'll offer you one surgery for free in exchange. Whenever you come, Tarun, we'll do it for you.
Write it and give it to me. Write it and give it to me. See that? So I understand. I totally understand. Let me link this with something very close to you. Let me link two things very close to you. Let's say you are not home for 2 days. Have you been into instances, because you have your own worth, right? Every human being has, right? Every profession has, that I am worth something. I have respect. I know what I'm doing. I'm good at what I do, and I will continue to do so. And that is the principle, and that's my, that's my ikigai, right? That's where I'm inclined totally. And I wanted to be a doctor, so I will not link all these problems and aggressions with all my 14 years of study and struggle. But have you been in a situation where that your spouse, your family, your kids have not seen you for 2 days, and they're fighting about it.
Right.
They're messaging you,
Right.
and you still with your ikigai.
There have been
You know
not,
about
not
ikigai,
2 days.
by the way.
Ikigai.
Right, ikigai, yeah, of course, yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is my ikigai.
It is?
Obviously.
Is it?
So I love something. I do it every day, and I make money out of it.
Did you just hear this from me, or you knew about it?
No, I knew about it.
Okay. All right. So let's come to that point.
Right.
That
So
answer.
there not 2 days. I would say there have been weeks. Right. So there have been 7 days in a row where I would just see my son sleeping in the morning and leave house before he wakes up, and then come back after he slept. Right. There have been times where my father, he told me that I've never seen you growing up. I've just seen you growing in height, sleeping on the bed. Right. So it's a part and parcel of being a doctor, and in being a doctor in an emergency branch where you have to cater to patients who are in the OPD, and as well as they can come in the emergency as well.
Yeah, as well.
Right. So that is a part and parcel of being someone that you've chosen to become. And this work-life balance of millennials, that does not apply to medical professions, is what I feel.
It does not?
No.
It does not?
No. What is work-life balance?
You have friends?
A lot of them, yeah.
You have a family, of course. You have friends?
Yeah.
You have a lot of friends?
Yeah.
Ikigai, work is your ikigai.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
And your health.
Yeah.
Is that important to you?
Very much, but I'm not able to focus on it.
So there are 4 burners. They keep burning you.
Okay.
Right? Your health, your family, your work, and actually your friends.
Okay.
They burn you. They burn you. Your friends take your time.
Right.
So if you give more importance to them and don't switch off the friend burner, which means you're affecting your work.
Right.
You can't switch off the burner of work.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And family you definitely cannot switch off. Correct?
Right.
Can you switch off your health burner? Never.
Because everything else goes.
Correct. So if you know these 4 burners are burning every human being, right? And if your ikigai is your work, family cannot be turned off.
Right.
Are you paying attention on your health?
Maybe that is the burner which is not burning properly.
Okay. So basically then you need another doctor.
Yeah.
But you have then switched off one burner, and that's your friend burner.
No, I have friends.
You
but
have
yeah,
friends.
absolutely. It's not.
Is it because you are in the exclusive layer?
Not really. I have the same old friends.
So you have all burners up.
Yeah, maybe.
So then it means that you're in the exclusive layer, right? Now see, I mentioned these 4 burners because when you said that there has been a situation where there was a week, you did not see your son, play, or you saw him sleeping, and when you came back, he was sleeping again, and your family complaining and everything. I'm pretty sure it must have gone ugly to a certain point where you had to sit and explain, and you still have the
My
4
wife
burners
still,
on.
Sometimes tells me that if I had known that you are going to become a surgeon, and especially a GI surgeon, I would not have married you. Right? Because she has to deal with this every day. Right? I can just, go home and have my dinner, and I would be talking to my wife, and then suddenly I get a call that there is a patient in ER who needs a surgery.
Of course.
And then in the middle of the talk, or in the middle of something which is, maybe we are planning a holiday, or we are planning a party, and she's very excited about it, and then I cut it off and then let's leave, come back late in the night,
And that conversation
sleep,
cannot be
morning,
continued.
again I have to rush to the hospital, and this conversation never gets time. She's
And
frustrated.
patients are getting aggressive with you.
Luckily, not with me. Luckily, yes. But we have to take care that they don't, right? And because if you are my patient, suppose, and I have operated on you, everything has gone well, and you are discharged to home, and in maybe 2 days, you have sudden pain at the operated site, right? Maybe the wound has pus, or you get a fever in the middle of the night. then who do you go to? Who do you? You are helpless. And if I don't pick up your call,
Do you pick up calls?
the second or third ring, it get picked up.
It
It has seen in the last
a
after
patient
2000,
calls you at 3 a.m. in the morning.
yeah, after 2014 it has never been switched off. It has never been on silent.
Okay.
Right? After 2014. Before that I was not a resident, so I didn't care. No patient used to come to me. Right? So that's
Because residents are not treated as doctors.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
actually treated as workers.
Workers,
Yeah. Very bad situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there is. I mean, I just make sure that every patient is my patient is. I own the patient until the patient is fine, and I make sure that they are comfortable throughout the peri-operative period.
Right.
After I take off the sutures and the patient calls me after a year of the surgery that doctor, I'm having pain, then obviously it is not something I mean I can guide them, just go to the ER and they will take care of it,
Of course.
right? But
you still stand by them.
obviously they are my patients, right? They have a certain level of trust in me, and they have a certain level of expectation is not a right word. They have a certain level of comfort with me, where they feel like if I, because he has treated me
Where
well,
they start using the word that you're the god. They do.
Yeah.
They do. It's
I mean-
true. It's true. They do. See, emotions play.
Emotions, yeah. They
These are the
emotions,
emotions, right?
Yeah.
That's
So,
life. Life connected with emotions.
Exactly.
And when you pull them out of a mess,
A mess.
a
Correct,
mess,
correct.
the lawyer leaves his wedding and goes and gets a bail.
Correct.
You pulled it out of a mess.
Correct.
So you emotionally,
Become that, yeah,
make
Yeah.
them gods.
Yes.
And that's how you
Yes.
come into the exclusive. so being an exclusive does not mean it's bad.
Right.
See, this is what, so I'm, I can tell you this, that this conversation and this transparency on this conversation and the truth and the fight of a common person's thoughts against or with the doctors in this conversation has come out with a lot of answers that you've given right now, which definitely cleanly shows, very cleanly I'm saying, it shows that you are in that exclusive level because you worked for it. And people have to understand this, that when you have worked to be an exclusive level does not mean that you ditch somebody who you have treated, or you would ditch somebody who you do not want to treat if they don't have the money.
Correct.
Right? This is how I'm concluding this whole thing.
Correct.
And I'll lead this to a very interesting last question. People treat you like God. Why? Not because you want it to be like that. Emotions are linked with it.
Right. Because I never want it to be like that.
Yes.
That is a huge burden on any doctor's shoulder.
Correct. It becomes a burden. It becomes a burden because then you are supposed to do everything right. Correct? But you are practicing. You are practicing and things can go wrong.
Correct.
Right? Humans know that.
Correct.
But humans don't want to see that in a doctor. They want to see a perfect doctor.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But doctors have to tell the people that we are not perfect. They know that you are not, but they still want to believe that you are.
Correct.
Because God for us is perfect.
Right.
Whichever religion you follow, you're asking for it and has to be perfect.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
But with you, when they treat you like that, and when you have celebrated the success, I'm sure many times, people have come, thanked you, touched your feet, held your hands. Moms have held your hands. Thank you for saving my son, doing this, doing that. Have you seen failure?
Obviously.
What kind of failures? Have you lost a life in front of you?
Yeah.
Because of you?
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. So that's what
because of you is a very big word.
That's where I was coming. Thankfully, I don't remember instances where a life was lost because of me. Right?
What is that?
Where,
what is that definition of because of me and not
where
because
I
of me?
did something wrong? See, this was told to me by my mentor. Where do you have regrets in life? When do you have regrets in life? When you did not do something that you could do, and then you suffer the consequences. Right? That is when you have a regret in life. Suppose I am doing a surgery right now, and if I know that I have to do this. Otherwise, if this fails, the patient is going to lose his or her life. And I don't do that. Take a risk, and then ultimately that fails, and the patient loses their life.
Yeah, but that's not the question. The question
No,
is
so that's
when
what-
you are in the process, when you
That's
are
what.
treating.
So regret, such kind of regrets I don't have in life.
Okay.
So far. So far. Where I have done intentionally skipped something, cut corners, and not done something
tried
which was
enough,
right.
not tried
Not
enough.
tried enough. Otherwise, we all lose patients. Every doctor, I mean, I tell you, I don't think there will be any doctor who says I've never lost a patient. Right? We all lose patients. There is somebody above us who is, deciding things for us. And I mean, we have lost patients from the ward itself. We, you know, uh, take the rounds this morning, and the patient is talking to us, eating, drinking normally, everything, and the next morning, the patient does not even wake up. Right? We have seen such instances. So, you, from what I understand and what I have learned so far, you try to do everything right, and then there is a God which is above you, right? I have, I myself I've lost my father to COVID, right? So if every doctor could do everything right, why would I lose my father, right? And uh, when the doctor themselves cannot save their own family members, then what do you really expect out of doctors who are treating patients?
I understand. I
Right?
understand. How do you handle it?
Uh,
Honestly,
so
give me the real answer.
yeah. So honestly, I see. There are very few instances where the patient just dies in front of you and you cannot do anything. You always know that the patient is sick.
Ooh, nice. इधर ही है.
पीछे ही कहीं पे.
Somebody is getting ruined. हो गया आपका? Are you done? I'll take you to his OPD, don't worry. After this conversation, he knows that you are sitting here only. I'll make sure that you go into the surgery. चलो make a guess ये कितनी देर में रुकेगा? Guys, where are we partying after the wrap up?
Done.
So continue with. Are you rolling? Are you rolling? All right.
Yeah. So we know that the patient is sick, or the patient is going to get sick. We always know what kind of surgery we are going to perform, what kind of risk it carries, and how the patient is going to do or might do. So first thing that I said was communication, right? Communication with the patient's relatives and the patient themselves is very important. Secondly, keep updating them about everything, right? And
that's the process, right?
Yeah, that is the process.
That is the process.
You
right?
cannot skip anything out of it.
Understood.
Right?
Understood.
And see, emotionally, it is traumatizing to
yes,
lose something.
I was going to come to that.
Yeah.
I was going to come to that.
Yeah.
I understand totally that it is traumatizing. It is very hurtful.
Yeah.
It is sad for the family.
Yeah.
But how do you deal with it as a person, as an individual?
So,
what goes through you? Tell us tell me what exactly goes into you. How do you deal with that?
So this would be a little bit of a surprise for you, but see, as doctors, we have accepted the fact that my patient can die someday, right? My patient might not be able to make it, right? And we have been through years of practice and training to realize this, that it's not always necessary to expect 100% result from yourself, right? So right now, if you ask me at this stage of my life, I would say that it really, I mean, we have to learn to move on from it. But when we were training, I've seen, I myself have not been through that, but I've seen my colleagues die. I mean, I've seen my colleagues crying. Because the patients patient has died. I have seen my juniors actually crying because the patient could not make it after the surgery, right? So it happens when you are new to this, right? But slowly you learn that,
Do you think it goes to a level where you guys don't feel it?
not really. Not really.
Do
If
you
that
think,
goes away, then we would take crazy decisions for the patient.
do you think that's happening? That's happening with some doctors because
might.
there have been a lot of incidents and instances where patients out of emotional hurt they come up with these statements and they do blame the doctors.
They do blame the doctor.
Yeah.
But again,
At that point, how does the doctor feel?
Uh,
I'm sure you have, as you said, you have not gone through that, but you
Yeah.
must have
Yeah.
seen it, right?
Not around me, but yes. So it's a very, it's a very big mix of emotions.
Correct.
From the doctor's side, from the patient's side, and everybody is is emotional in their own particular way, right? Somebody can handle their emotions. There are people who cannot, right? And out of those emotions, they will just do whatever they feel like, and that is giving rise to blame game and aggression and physical violence, right?
That's
So,
again a lapse where
Yeah.
the systems are not properly put in
properly
place.
put. Correct.
I feel so because we can't just put the blame on the government directly.
Correct.
But there are systems that are required where there is communication that has to be controlled and screened with the patient and the patient's family with the doctors. And where the line has to be drawn.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So yeah, so I think we got all the honest answers from you, and we feel that the whole country and the citizens and those people who are on the common category and not doctors, right? Maybe in many different professions at all levels, they still feel today that doctors cannot be questioned. So I feel that out of all this conversation and the answers that I've got from you, one big factor also plays with the field is the pharma companies and the drugs and the no transparency of the pricing structure. You get a drug specific for any kind of thing in a different manner from a different store and a different price.
Correct.
Those kind of things.
Correct.
Those levels are still very
Still
weak,
very weak.
right? But people do link that with the doctor. People do link that with the hospital.
Right.
People do, and then hospitals are also, I have to say this, take undue advantage of these things because that's revenue stream.
Right.
It is a big revenue stream
Right.
because without that the treatments cannot be done.
Cannot be.
So this being the last question of this conversation, I wanted to pose. If you can just tell me, why is it like this that there is no parity in terms of selling, pricing the drug to an individual through a hospital or directly to a person, and there is no control on restricted drugs, and there is no control onto questioning of any patient at the hospital or a relative asking that why this drug and why not that other one?
So there again is a system, is a lapse in the system. Ours is a country where you can just go to any pharmacy shop or even the big names, right? Not a local one, even the big names, and you just go there and ask for augmentin, the antibiotic.
The antibiotic.
Right? And they will give you without a prescription.
Correct.
You ask for a Cefixim, they will give you without a prescription.
That's known. Yeah.
Right?
Which they are not
ask
supposed
for-
to.
Exactly. You ask for
The pharmacists have become the doctors.
yeah, sleeping pills.
Correct.
They will give you
Correct.
without prescription.
Correct.
A
Correct.
local shop will give you.
Correct.
Not everybody, but yes, they will
Correct.
give you.
Correct.
Right? What we say about how the human race is going to end. It's not going to be nuclear weapon. It is going to be a virus, right? Because there are no systems in place. Because there are no screening available for what kind of drug can be used where and what kind of, there are no rules in place. There are n number of companies making the same kind of drug with different pricing. There is no, you must have heard of US FDA approvals, right? So there are companies in India who are making US FDA approved drugs, but US FDA is not given to every other company. They have to go through certain kind of quality checks before. There is no Indian standard like that, right? So anybody can just start, making drug in a company, and they can make
that
the
is
tablet
known.
for 10
That is
paisa
known.
and sell for 10 rupees.
That is known. Yeah.
Right? So it has to come from the government about the standardization. The government itself is selling drugs under Ayush and under this generic
The
tag,
scheme of
right?
Dawa India and all these. Yes.
And now we also have patients who are coming to us and asking, कि मैं ये generic store से ले लूं?
That's what I'm asking, because the usage is decided by the hospital or the doctor.
So right now, as being a doctor from a standard hospital, from a place where the medicine is practiced in a certain scientific way, in a I forgot the word. So it's so where we are practicing standard means or standard norms of practice. We have stopped writing the brand names.
Okay.
We just write the chemical name. Now it is up to the patient to go to my pharmacy or the hospital's pharmacy and buy the medicine. And we also don't approve any random company's drugs in the hospital. We have 50 companies which we know are good in quality, and we will approve their drugs, and which will be available in the pharmacy.
But the patient cannot. The patient cannot. You see, when the patient is in the hospital,
Yeah.
they don't have the right to step out of the hospital and buy the drugs.
No, they can.
But they don't. But they're not allowed to do that. I have to put it clearly in front of you that if there is a prescription that's given by the department to go and get these drugs from the pharmacy within the hospital, you cannot step out of the hospital.
No, that is for the IP patient.
Okay. So there's a different.
I'm talking about OPD patient.
Okay, OPD patient,
so
yes.
IP patient we cannot allow because that patient is my responsibility until the patient is in the hospital.
So it's you who decides.
Yes. So it's my. So I again in that also I will not write the brand name, but I will make sure that a certain kind of brands are only available in my hospital, which are standard, which I know are being made in a standard way, right? So,
but is that your decision as a doctor, or is that the management of the hospital?
It is my decision as well.
Okay.
The management is going to consult me, at least in my hospital. The management keeps us in loop about the formulary, whatever is available in the pharmacy.
Okay.
Right. So, coming to that point, IP pharmacy, the indoor patients. Suppose if we allow them to go outside and buy the medicines, right? And suppose that medicine is not from a standard company, still the patient can force us to give this medicine because it is cheap, and because I have allowed that patient to go out and buy. And suppose there is a reaction, and patient develops some life-threatening problems.
They'll come back and be aggressive with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So it is not only the hospital's problem anymore. It is the patient's problem. It is the doctor's problem. It is the problem of the entire system, right? If this non-standard drug was not available in the market,
then there was no question of
exactly. Can you do that in US? No.
No, you cannot. You cannot. You cannot buy anything off the shelf which you are not allowed to.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. Well, great conversing. I would not ask you at this point that you can ask me 5 questions because you yourself are pretty digital in terms of your hobbies and everything that you do and all the kind of content that you come out with. So it was a great conversation. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for asking.
Questions. I loved asking these questions.
Yeah, because I have been wanting to discuss this with somebody since a very, very long time.
Okay.
And somehow you brought it out. Everything.
I consider myself lucky because I'll tell you why I consider myself lucky. I usually don't feel that way always. Because I'm talking to somebody about their profession and I'm trying to put up those those wrong perceptions or right perceptions in front of the person, to clarify and get those points right on the table, so that people can listen to this and make their own judgment. Again, you can't control it. You can't control it. Similarly, in my profession also this happens.
Correct.
When people tell me, hey, we know digital, don't teach us. You can get us business, talk to us, otherwise don't talk to us. Anyway, thank you once again, Dr. Cyril. It was a pleasure. And we'll talk again.
Sure. I would love to.
Great. Pleasure. Thank you.